Lacovara, Media Week 2014. Michael, you're in your first championship game of your career, 5 years in. One of the quickest turnaround times to a championship game in league history. How does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, I went from 12th place last year, which I think a lot of people forget, to either first or second this year. Hopefully first. So it's been a big accomplishment for me. I made the playoffs 2 years ago, and then the year before that, and in both years they were fairly early exits. So, hey, I'm real proud of my team. Won 6 in a row. So let's hope we can make it 7.
How'd you do it this year? You struggled out of the gate this year mightily after being thought of as one of the favorites to go to a championship game. What was the secret? What'd you do?
Well, I mean, you look at that lineup that I came into the year with, that people thought this is a championship team, and you had guys like Spiller and Bush that they're hit or miss. I didn't think they were going to be that good. I had Foles at quarterback, who clearly he hasn't done anything. He's injured now. So, but from there, I mean, I went into that game against Ben where we both put up 130-something points, and I ended up losing.
Ben is the black member of the league, by the way. So he did receive an affirmative action point correction after the game, which is only fair. He has struggled in his life because of being black.
And I'm equal opportunity, so...
Right. Now you currently have a black blind player on your team. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, Stevie Wonder, Eddie Lacy, Ray Charles, whatever you want to call him.
There's a lot of black blind people.
He has been the godsend for this team, and I'm kind of disappointed he didn't get any recognition for the league MVP, even a runner-up mention for a guy that brought my team this far. But Watt certainly deserved it. But the fact that Matt gave me to him for pennies on the dollar has
I was going to say, how did you swindle Matt into that trade?
I didn't even really talk to Matt too much about it. I just said I don't want to give up Kuechly.
Because he's your best friend.
Didn't have to give up Kuechly. My friend bought him a Pop-Tart, you know. That means we're tight. So, but I didn't have to give him up, and I ended up giving up Harvin, who got traded the next week to the Jets. So, go figure. He wasn't good anyway. And then Reggie Bush, who we all know what kind of problems he has. So
now, needing to basically win out the last 6 weeks, has the stress level been high, or have you been kind of calm and easygoing about it? Because hey, if you lose, you lose. If you win, you move on. What's the outset or the mindset, I should say?
To be honest, I definitely felt that way. Because after that game with Ben, I looked at my team and said, I'm 3-6.
Ben's the black member of the league, by the way.
Where am I going to go from here? Because I figured, all right, maybe I'll try to make a run in the consolation bracket. And I mean, I would have tried to do that, but I couldn't. Simply because I just kept winning and kept winning and kept winning. And like you said, I wasn't really nervous on a week-to-week basis. I mean, I obviously tried to keep winning. I beat Eddie in that big matchup, and I mean, even last week against Ray, I was nervous at the end, but I heard Ray was on the verge of finding a rope, so, I mean, did I ever get that nervous? No.
We have Stephanie Zucchero, Hofstra Pride News here. Stephanie, please ask your question.
How does it feel beating Ray? He is actually sick over this.
I mean, I feel bad. I didn't think the guy would take it that hardly, but, you know, for a guy that's been in the league for 10 years, right?
It's actually 11 years.
11?
Yeah, it's a long time.
To not be able to win a championship and to take him away from having that chance once again, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, like I said, I just kind of went from week to week. I didn't really get too worked up. I put the best lineup out there I could. And if I won, I won. If I didn't, I didn't. It felt like an accomplishment either way. So.
You had a tough road. You beat the number 1 seed and the number 3 seed. Even if you don't win this year, do you take solace in the accomplishments that you've made this year?
Sure, but like everyone else will say that is in the playoffs, unless you win the championship, you're not winning anything. So, and at the same time, to be honest, I would have been more afraid to play Jen in the second round, or to play a team like yours, or to play Cisco, than I would have been to play Ray or Eddie.
That's a big statement right there.
Ray was coming off the bye week.
Right.
And
he hadn't played for anything for a few weeks. His team was definitely not ready for this.
His team slowed down a lot at the end. He piled up a couple losses, and then no offense to Eddie. Eddie's the rookie owner. Mm-hmm. He accomplished more than any other rookie owner ever, but he's still that rookie, so it really wasn't too threatening having to play him. And, I mean, I played him 2 times already in the year, so I knew kind of how to deal with him. So
now you get to face your cousin Jen now in the finals. What are you thinking right now? Is that going to be a tough matchup for you mentally to get over that hump?
It less so the mental aspect, like the family mental aspect. It's more so that I've never won a game against her.
That's true.
Her team, I'd say it's built very similarly to mine, with the defense being the centerpiece. Which, if you look historically, we've had 2 of the better defenses over the time I've been in the league, and it's something I pride myself on. Yep. But she does have some pieces that scare me outside of that. She has Rodgers, so I think it'll be a good matchup. But she already got a good start to the week with Gerhardt. I know Cisco kind of wasn't too high on that pick, but the guy put up the points he was projected and more, so she can't really complain about the output from him. So, but in terms of being family, the family bowl and everything, yeah, it means a lot. I mean, it's great that somebody in the family is going to win it, but I try to take that out of it when I'm trying to set my line.
Well, is this something, if you're lucky enough to beat Jen in this, you're going to hold this over her head for the next year?
No. I mean...
You won't do that?
I'm not that.
You won't bring the trophy over every time you come over?
I might. I mean... Now that I'm gonna be home from school,
right,
a couple of months from now, it'll get a little old after a while bringing that thing around with me. But if it's like when I come home for breaks, yeah, maybe. I mean, will I bring it? Sure, but I'm not like some of the other owners in the league where I'm gonna keep going on and on about how I won the championship last year. If I do win,
right,
because you know what, you gotta always keep looking ahead. Sure, it'll be great. You celebrate a couple weeks,
right?
But then once that off season hits, you got to start working hard again. I'm going to start scouting.
Well, speaking of scouting, many people have said that you have an unfair advantage because you get to scout these college players,
Division I athletes,
live.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely helped me.
Be best friends with one of them, by the way.
Yeah, I have one of the greatest linebackers ever.
Right.
Because
he's white
best friends
too.
with him. Yeah. So, I also initially picked up Andre Williams before anybody else, and I mistakenly dropped him.
Yeah, that's a bad move.
He's had a tough year, but I mean, I'm gonna continue to pick up these guys because I'm gonna continue watching my team, and I'm gonna keep seeing who's gonna be.
I was gonna say you're not gonna be there live anymore, so is that gonna hurt your chances a little bit?
I mean, I'm still gonna try to go to games when I can.
Okay.
So, but even outside of that, I think I have an advantage just always watching the college game, following it maybe a little more closely than everybody else does, but. With that being said, I'm offering some consulting services now for anybody that needs help with some scouting. You call me up. I'll tell you who you should pick. Look at your team.
I think Matt might need your help the most,
Matt
honestly.
needs a lot of help.
Yeah, Matt's in trouble.
I could recommend a few options for him. At quarterback, we obviously have your Mariota and your Jameis Winston, but Jameis, I don't really know if you want him.
He's black. Be careful.
Yeah,
that's racist.
Beyond that, he's a rapist. And then you got Melvin Gordon, the running back out of Wisconsin. I think that'd be a great asset for his team. But
you're giving
as we
up
know,
a lot of secrets here.
Maybe Matt shouldn't draft running backs because he trades them away right away. So.
He also butchered that trade. Yeah, he butchered that.
So who knows? I'm not talking about any specific trade, by the way. So,
nervous or excited?
I'm excited. I think it goes back to that point we talked about earlier. I don't have very high expectations for my team at times. You guys, they just go out there and try their hardest. But that being said, I'm not saying that I don't care. I'm not saying that this doesn't matter to me. It matters a lot to me, and I'm trying to make those moves week after week, day after day, to try to make my team the best it can be. I mean, you talked earlier in the week that Eli Manning was one of my players to watch.
Yes,
he's off my team already because I didn't feel that he would have been the best fit for my team. So now I have Mark Sanchez returning, coming in to play quarterback. So I'm going to keep making moves up until then. I'll monitor the status of Moncrief in regards to Hilton and Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be, it's a lot of thought, it's a lot of care, but I'm looking forward to all of it.
Prediction?
It's going to be a close one. Obviously, I'm not going to say my team's going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like many other people have said, I think it'll be a single-digit victory.
Single digits tight.
Yeah, it kind of worries me that Jen has a player going Monday night because my team does like to keep games close going into Monday. So generally, I'm on the other side where I still have players going.
Yep.
So but this time, tables turned and I'm facing somebody on a Monday night. So kind of scary.
Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Good luck, Michael.
Thank you.
Stephanie Zucchero of the Hofstra News.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.